Great to have you, sir. This relief package that Americans really need right now, it has been blocked by Democrats in the U.S. Senate. I know you're not in the Senate, but you are a member of the leadership team on the House side. And I just wonder, Democrats, it's trending on Twitter right now, Democrats are destroying America. I know that you don't feel that way, certainly. But what are the sticking points, and why did Democrats block this relief package?
Well, that trend, I'm sure, is being pushed out by the far right. The reality is what the Senate Republicans have proposed is essentially a $500 billion bailout or slush fund for the administration, Donald Trump, Steve Mnuchin, to dole out to different companies in pretty much any way they see fit. And that is not, I think, an experience we want to go through. We should learn from the mistakes that were made during the TARP process quite some time ago. What Democrats are proposing is, I think, very similar in terms of assistance to small businesses. If you continue to maintain 90% of your employees, then you would get loans that are forgivable. It is similar, I think, in terms of some of the broader strategies around sending out checks to every American family. So we have immediate cash assistance. But where we really part company is we want strong restrictions so that whatever funds are provided to large industry aren't used for stock buybacks. They aren't used for executive compensation. And there, the rules are really permissive in terms of what Secretary Mnuchin can do. I don't think Americans want to see their taxpayer dollars not going to fight coronavirus, but rather going to executive compensation or stock buybacks. We've made those mistakes before. We're not going to make them again.
Are you satisfied with the proposal that every American would get somewhere around $1,200, $500 for every child? What are your feelings on that?
Yes, I am. I supported and have for some time immediate cash assistance to families. Frankly, what I've been advocating in addition to that is something that the British are putting in place, and that is that the government would guarantee a high percentage, say 80 or 90% of payroll. If you're making payroll to your employees, if you're keeping them on, even if they're furloughed, then you would have forgivable loans or grants. And that way, people aren't losing their jobs. They don't have to go on unemployment compensation. When the economy comes back after this, and there will be an end to this crisis, then the economy can come back more quickly. I've also been pushing, as you may know, to expand unemployment compensation and sick leave and other benefits for people that are contract workers, like so many in the construction industry or closer to home, so many in the entertainment industry that work from one job to another, one contract to another, and aren't covered by provisions that cover traditional employment. So we're trying to make sure that is included in the package as well.
I know you've particularly pushed for those contract workers, and that's so important here in the hub of entertainment. You sent a letter to House Speaker Nancy Pelosi and to the Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy, signed by a long list of House members. Is it your sense that our local folks will be protected in some way?
Yes, we're working very hard on that. I think that there is, I hope, some consensus around that issue. The question is how broadly will those provisions cover people in a lot of industries, like the entertainment industry, people in the gig industry, people, as I mentioned, the construction industry that go from job to job and contract to contract. We need to make sure that everyone is covered here. But I do want to sound one note of caution. You may have seen today, there's a story in the New York Times that the Trump administration is thinking about relaxing some of the social distancing protections that have been put in place because of their impact on the economy. I think that would be a terrible mistake. We're going to either take pain now or pain later. And if we don't take the pain now, the pain later in terms of unnecessary fatalities and a healthcare crisis is going to be far worse than anything we might imagine. So these precautions are necessary. Indeed, I don't think they go far enough.
You have a former staffer who tested positive for coronavirus. There are more than a dozen members of Congress who have also tested positive or in self-quarantine. What health measures are being taken on Capitol Hill?
Well, this is a subject of ongoing discussion right now, and that is having all the members come from every corner of the United States to meet in a room with no windows. Doesn't sound like good health precautions, but we've never allowed voting remotely. Of course, there are a lot of things we've never had to consider that we're suddenly considering now. I have to be at the Capitol today to meet with some of the legislative leadership, and as well some of the work that I can't do on the Intelligence Committee with classified information that I can't do from home. It'll be my first time back in the Capitol in about a week or 10 days, and undoubtedly we're going to take every precaution we can. But this is a unique workplace in terms of at least the Intelligence Committee, where we have to be there to handle that kind of classified material. But we're going to, within those constraints, do everything necessary to keep everyone healthy.
Well, Chairman Schiff, a lot of folks here in Southern California counting on Congress to come through. We appreciate your time, sir.
Thank you very much.
Be well.